Welcome to Saturday's webinar on mindfulness. The title I have given, The Happiness Here and Now. And that title fits with the teachings of this Ashtavakra. We have covered two questions. The seeker, he is the greatest seeker. The true seeker asks big questions. The big questions are related to our existence and not to the personality. The personality is a mask. Now we say personality is a mask in some of the body, mind, intellect, ego, cherished thoughts, some desires, and problems that we face in our personal, professional, and social life. When we say existential questions, what are those existential questions? These existential questions helps us to end our suffering. So the seeker greatest seeker is asking the existential questions. The first question was how the knowledge is to be attained. It is not the knowledge how to make money. It is the knowledge of the reality. Who am I? After all. From where that question comes, why I am suffering? Why I feel limited? Why I experience bondage? So second question is how the liberation, freedom can be attained. We have covered these questions in the last 2 weeks. Now understand, only the seeker asks these big questions. When a person experiences challenges in the life and he turns his mind within to find the cause of the suffering, he starts learning from experiences. Learning from one's experiences raises his awareness about himself and finds that he is responsible for both happiness and sorrow. The moment you reflect and contemplate and find that I am responsible for my sorrow and happiness, you are on the path of becoming a seeker. So that seeker realizes that pleasure-seeking mind searching for objects, people, events in the world causes challenges and problems. Then what happens? He awakens to the wisdom that neither rejecting anything nor accepting anything from the world is the cause of my problem or happiness. Then his mind starts thinking, let me know first, who am I? What is this world? And what is the existence? What is the cause of the bondage and the suffering? Now he is not pointing, and no blame, no complaint, no reaction at all. That we covered in Thursday session in another text. What causes it? That makes you a seeker. So the big question is, what is that? How the knowledge can be attained? Knowledge means knowledge of the reality. We have covered that. And how that bondage can be removed from my life means how the liberation and freedom can be attained. So, this text is all about meditation or mindfulness here and now. If, as a seeker, you are asking these questions every day in your mind, and mind gets inspired, the intellect becomes clear, and these big questions becomes your questions. Only then you can be in a meditative state here and now. Only then. It is not, okay, now I ask, what is the goal of your life? Sir, why don't you tell me? Why should I tell you your goal of life? You should find out. Means if I don't trigger my mind, so that mind which is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result, you cannot borrow these big questions from anyone. It has to be your question. So, when it is your question, the third question in the series, the entire text, maybe more than 600 verses, answers the three questions. And when you answer these three questions, you always live, work in meditation. So, third question is how dispassion is attained. That is the third question. So, next week we'll start taking the answers coming from this master. Now, see the third question, how dispassion is attained. This is more important than the other two questions. Why? The state of dispassion in the mind leads to knowledge of the reality and the freedom. So it means I have to practice dispassion. How long it will take? No. Ashtavakra totally rejects everything. He said meditation is here and now, so the dispassion is also here and now. So I'm laying a ground with these three big questions so that we will have a clarity and answer. So these questions asked by the seeker demands answers beyond any method. Janak is not asking, the seeker is not asking, okay, tell me the way, how it is to be done. He has already done the practice. He is already an awakened guy. So, but he has some doubt. What is that doubt? Our great master says that the mindfulness meditation is here and now. So he wants to remove that doubt. Hope we all are seekers like Janaka. So he is seeking an answer beyond any method, step, cult, dogma, religion, mantra, yantra, kundalini, etc., etc. If we know the reality, we cannot be in bondage. So, two questions are interrelated, the first two questions. And the third question of dispassion indicates the state of the mind that results in the knowledge of the reality. Are we attached to anything here and now? Just at this moment? Can you become aware? When we are aware, we are not attached. See that. When we are subconscious, habitual, craving for something, we are attached. I'm giving you some thoughts. When the mind is running in the world for peace and happiness, we are in passion. It cannot run after anything if the mind does not like it. Now, see the series. The mind is running outside in the world for peace and happiness. It cannot run after anything if the mind does not like that object. See, if you don't like me, you will not attend the meditation session. I'll leave that beer guy, crazy guy. Some people leave it. So our mind is constantly seeking something outside, and when it likes it, it wants to grab it. The liking and disliking are natural to the default working of the mind. That much is okay. If the women here, when I say that they all are beautiful women, let me appreciate it. That much, oh, that much is good. But what happens? The mind starts constantly thinking over either an object or a person or a thing. So, what happens? The constant thinking results in attachment, and that thinking, which results in attachment, is known as passion. How dispassion is attached. So who is thinking? Your mind. Why it is thinking? Because of liking. Why it is liking? I don't know. So why don't you drop it? So what happens? Our teacher says this passion results in delusion. What is delusion? Delusion simply means mind perceives and knows what appears true is not true. Delusion simply means I see and I claim that it is true. In passion, the mind enters into the forgetfulness state, or craving or obsession, which we are not aware, and the constant attachment results into desire for happiness outside. That is the reason that this passion is required. Let us go a little deeper. The dispassion is a mental state, and it is applied discernment. What is discernment? In Eastern wisdom, we say Viveka. Discernment is separating real from unreal. Am I not separating myself from you? Answer is yes. That is why I'm speaking to you. Do I need to make any effort? No, I need to be aware. All are present here, and I've started speaking. In passion, that point of awareness is missing. Do we not separate ourselves from other objects and the people in the mind with the knowledge, awareness, and experience? I'm using awareness, knowledge, and experience. How do I know that I'm separate from you? I'm aware. I have a knowledge. Here I am, there you are, and I am experiencing. That much is required at every moment. Then your passion is gone. You are already into this passion. Don't we know we are separate from all other people here and now? Here and now. Don't you see that? We lose that awareness. Another challenge coming from the mind. We live in the world created by the mind as the objective reality and the subjective reality. We know the world of objects, people, things, events every day. There is no problem. The only problem is that we do not know who we are and still claim who we are with reference to the world outside. How? Take an example. When we say we are rich or poor, what means? We are defining who we are with reference to the wealth. When we say we are married, we are defining ourselves with another person. When we say we are stressed, we are defining as if we are the stress. That reference point creates a passion, and the passion creates the problem. What it needs to drop it? Just know it. Awareness, knowledge, experience, and you are in mindfulness. This is, I'm just laying a ground. So, in the following sessions, we will listen to the answers coming from this great master. Understand another point which is very important. If passion is there, we cannot see what we want to see as it is. Are you understanding? The reality is what is and not what should be. Are you understanding? The passion takes you to a journey of what should be. The mind in passion colors the perception caused by liking and disliking, craving and obsession, and we are lost. So then we say how to practice meditation, Kundalini meditation, Buddha meditation, mantra meditation. How? How question comes when there is a passion already existing. The dispassion decolors and shows the world as it is. And you live into that state. Our masters, because these information, these understanding is very important if we want to understand the answers of this great master. Dispassion means the mind goes to its natural state of knowing with joy. Every master speaks of that. How they say that? Our master says that the mind is the result of sato guna. I think, Priscilla is a yoga teacher, so she knows guna, three gunas. The world is composed of three gunas. The body is result of tamoguna, prana is the result of rajoguna, mind is the result of satoguna. What is the quality of satoguna? Knowledge and the joy. So my master used to say 99% of your mind is made up of the satoguna. It is curious. We have seen the kids. It wants to maintain awareness. It wants to know the knowledge with the joy. What we have done? We have misused this mind. So when we have misused this mind, then what happened? Rajoguna and the tamoguna came. What the tamoguna does? The tamoguna hides the reality. And then the rajoguna says to the mind, here is the reality in the world outside. Are you getting it? I'm not making very complex. Satoguna is a natural state of the mind. Tamoguna wails. Rajoguna, after wailing, I'm suffering, so I'm suffering. To bring an end to the suffering, my mind starts running outside. It is seeking a method, it is seeking a pill, it is seeking a drug, and it is seeking, oh, I'm unhappy because I'm not happy because I'm single. After a few years of marriage, I say I'm still unhappy. You see that? See that? So the master says, so Ashtavakra, the great master, speaks from that height. The beauty of it that answers of Ashtavakra are not confined to any cult, any religion, any dogma, any belief. He never says there is a soul. He never says there is a supreme consciousness. He never says follow this mm, follow this process and authority and a method in the step. He says meditation, mindfulness is here and now. Is awareness here and now? Can you have an awareness tomorrow? Are you crazy? Think of it. Awareness, knowledge is here and now. And experience is here and now, my friends. We are standing in front of the house.
Morning, Girish.
We are standing in front of the house, and someone asks where your house is. We simply point out, here it is. So can the mind point out? Come on, you are already in mindfulness. That is the journey of Ashtavakra. That is what many masters they have. Modern masters, they have their own expression like uh, awareness is. So same way the Ashtavakra points out, meditation is here and now. So today's meditation, you will go only with awareness and attention, and the first four steps points. What it points? Here and now. Let us close your eyes, which I have never taught in this session. What is that here and now? Just see that. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Body is steady. Mind is looking inside in the heart or the head. Are you doing any practice? You're simply aware. Your awareness, with your awareness, the mind moves inside. Okay? Are you aware of the calmness within? I play. You may say that, I trick it. Yes, I must admit, to help you. Are you aware of 1% of the calmness? Yes. If you maintain awareness of that calmness, which is already within you, then there is a continuity of the calmness. You are already there. And then you see that I'm changing the language. Being comfortable. Being comfortable is also not a practice. You cannot become comfortable. You see that? You being comfortable. Just pay attention. So if the mind is running here and there, oh, I have to be comfortable, let me start moving my body here and there, stretch, and then I become comfortable, it will never happen. I tell you. So you see that the instructions that I gave you, I try to convert here and now into the steps. I know it cannot be, but still it gives you a pointer. Being comfortable, move the mind means awareness of the joints of the body. I'm not asking you to move the joint. If I ask you to move the joint, it means you are doing some practice. Look at it. The beauty of the journey according to the teaching of this master. The mind moves from the top of the head to the toes, looking at all the joints. And then what I say? I don't say practice so that you have an experience of sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. No. Now the mind is removing the veil, that passion. What is the passion? What should be in my life? What is dispassion? What is. That is all. So the mind experiences sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. We did not practice. Now see the third one, being carefree. You say, no, I want to pass my day being carefree. Do you do anything? No. Again, awareness, knowledge, and experience. Now, what is that awareness? Thoughts are coming and going. Let them come and go. In a mood of being carefree, you are standing across a road and the traffic is passing on. Mental traffic of the thoughts and the feeling and the sensations are passing. Sometimes good thoughts are passing. Don't get attached to it. And sometimes crazy thoughts pass on it. Don't try to be detached. They are already different and separate from you. So, one journey is that they are not separate from you. So, let me give you a lot of steps and the practices so that you can get out of it. And the other way of making the same journey, to know it, to become aware, it is not me. The thought is not me. Feeling is not me. It is my experience. What is that experience? It is in the field of knowledge. What is in the field of knowledge? They are separate from me. You are carefree. That is the power of this teaching by this master. So we are carefree. And what about being casual? Is it a practice? No, being casual is also here and now. Is the water in an ocean is not casual, whether it is calm or whether it has many waves in the foams. Why it is casual? The water remains water. You see in the form of a wave or tsunami or flood or rain, water, or a drop. Am I aware of what is? Look at the stage one. Even the stage one can take you to the deeper state of meditation or mindfulness. Yes, but we have people from different personalities looking for different things. So we added the stage two, where the purification of the mind. What is that purification of the mind? The mind is running outside. Why it is running outside? Why it is running outside? The veil is there, the cover is there, the curtain. Who created the curtain? Tattamo guna. Who wants to run and impure is the mind? Rajoguna. We want to move back to the satoguna. That is why this is definitely a process, a method. So, looking deep inside the belly, in the space, very good. And then keep looking into the space. So, what you're looking in the space? The state of the calmness, 1% of the calmness, and start breathing. Quick and short breath from both the nostrils into the belly in a cheerfulness state. Continue as if you are playing with the breath. So, again, understand when I say playing with the breath, I'm pointing you out awareness, knowledge, and experience. It is not that when you awaken to the state of the mindfulness here and now, you will stop working. You will stop going to the office. You will stop working any relationship with the people outside. No! You are aware that I am not the body, I am not the breath. With that awareness, you are doing the short, gentle, and the quick breath. In the state of cheerfulness, why? I'm none of them. Let them do their activity. Continue. That is the way. When you do that way, continue. When you do the breathing as a play and a fun, you will never be exhausted. I'm giving a little, totally a different example. If the tiger is chasing you, and your mind says, "No, I'm exhausted. Tiger, hold on." That means, do we have that intense aspiration to succeed? And stop the hammering, start breathing deep, silent, slow, first into the belly, and then the rib cage. And while breathing out, looking inside the forehead, the same state of cheerfulness and calmness, start doing the humming sound. You are doing this step again in the state of the cheerfulness, realizing there is a state of the calmness that continues, which you did not create, it was already there. It takes time. You're fully aware of inhalation. You're doing as if you are sitting in your living room with total awareness of the breath. It takes time to expand your belly and the rib cage. No noise. But while breathing out, you make the louder, longer humming. Continue, please. Continue humming. Continue the humming sound. And now stop this humming sound. Are you aware of the calmness deep inside, even 1%? you are in the mood of being cheerful. Okay, then look inside the forehead in the space where the calmness is there and start hammering with a mantra mentally, quick, fast, and loud. Mentally. No movement of the lips or the tongue. You see that? Dispassion with the body and the breath. The breath is normal, but we are aware, we know the point or the point of calmness. What prevents the mind? What is that state of the mind? What should be in my life? Continue. Hammering mentally. It is so quick, fast, and loud in your head that you don't allow even a single thought between the two om. And if that happens, you will experience why I'm doing so much of effort. The peace and happiness is here and now. Now, looking inside the heart, deep inside, the same calmness is there. With that awareness, continue hammering that space with quick, fast, and loud. No movement of the mind. No thought in between the two om. That is what I mean by the movement of the mind. And now look inside the belly button. Continue hammering. Om. Inside the belly button with awareness, knowledge, and experience of the calmness there. And now stop this, looking inside the heart, the stage 4, and you see the space. The mind says, okay, I see the space. So you drop Om Shanti there. You have marked, you have tagged. Now I'll take the mind deeper. So you find that now the mind is deeper than the first tag. Drop the Om Shanti there. It is easy. In a way, you're not doing anything. Then continue to move the mind within. And the mind says, I have reached deeper. Okay. Om Shanti. As if they are the milestones. And if they are the milestones, the mind realizes it is going deeper and deeper away, far from the world outside, from the body, from the breath, from the thoughts. That's why we have added this step. There is an awareness, knowledge, and experience that you are too far from the body and the breath. That is the state of dispassion. And in that dispassion, we can see what is. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. And let us play now. Leave the step in the stage 5. Move the mind from the top of the head to the toes slowly, gently, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind moves inside the body from the top to the bottom. You are exploring within. You find the sensation that is calmness. And the space that is quietness. And then look inside the head or the heart, deep, deep inside. There is nothing. as if you see the horizon. Why I point out the horizon, where the matter and the consciousness meets, ultimate point of dispassion, leads to awakening. Looking at the body outside again, experience sensation, relaxation in stillness. Inside, calmness and quietness. You may think, now I experience deeper calm, more peace. It is already there. What the mind did? The mind entered into the state of dispassion. Hand to the horizon. And in that state, the stage six, the last one, look at the breath. The breath is going outside and inside. When it goes in and out, you may feel the sensation inside the nose. Sensation. We're not interested in good sensation, bad. Awareness, knowledge, and experience. And the third point, no change in the no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Almost you're already doing nothing. You're just aware. You know the breath. You have an experience. You're not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Can I live into that state? Who interferes? The mind. Normally, the beginners may say that, oh, there was a lot of noise coming from outside. I got disturbed. You are in a state of passion. Continue. And do nothing, remain in the state of doing nothing. With reference to the teaching of this great master, do we realize in the state of doing nothing, we are already into that state of peace and calmness? Reverse the statement. Means if we continue doing something, then only I can attain peace and happiness. That is not true. It is a state. It lives within me. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness or the mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences and bring the hands down. We have two things to go. One is sharing, another is question if you have any. So, Jordan has gone. Jordan disconnected. How are you, Terry? Let me start with. Yeah, Jonathan, how are you?
I'm good. I had a good experience today. I think that there were times where, I was able to get into a nice state of awareness and um, uh, experience and sensation, and I was, it was very like a heightened awareness around just like the feeling of the air conditioning on me and the sounds outside. Didn't really was able to just be aware and stay, but then it was fleeting at times because then my sort of intellect took over a bit and I started thinking, but the experience when I was in it was great, and I think that it's just a matter of getting better at
Yes.
being more in there and being comfortable there.
Yes, yes, you are. It's a beautiful experience, and you have analyzed and you have understood. When the intellect takes over the meditation, especially during the practice, then it is a problem. But you realize that's a really great. How are you, Stephen? No, let me do it, Terry. How are you, do Terry? Sorry, Stephen.
The practice helped me, and uh, when you said the thing about the tiger,
Yeah,
I almost started laughing. So
yeah, yeah.
because
It means you're aware.
I
Yes.
was like, yeah. So um, I was having a hard time with the Om part,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I have an idea why, but I'm not sure. Um,
It will happen. The clarity comes by regular practice with wisdom.
I can think of it, but I don't hear it. I can't make it into a sound.
It's okay. Even that is okay. That very thinking is another expression. But you are thinking so quickly that you don't have any other thought between the two Om.
And when you say that if you're putting it here,
Yeah.
Is it coming from there or is it going in there?
It's going in there.
Okay.
Try this during the day. Whenever your maid is not working the way you want it to be, so don't get upset and start doing mentally to yourself. See what happens.
I
How
think I
are
did.
you, Stephen?
It's the meditation was a very good meditation, very calm and very peaceful. I'm noticing my own evolution in what I would call becoming a seeker,
Yes.
because I feel like this most of the time throughout the day. And I notice that if I close my eyes at any given moment, I could actually be in meditation. With today's experience, the second I closed my eyes, I felt again moving into that state. What I do remember from today's meditation is that when we started the belly breathing, is when my body temperature started to rise, and rather rapidly, because I've stopped recognizing that part of it. But today it was really a major change in the temperature.
Yeah.
And then the energy that was flowing through my hands, my arms, swirling around my head, what was intense. And then when we started when we came to the conclusion of the belly breathing, I actually saw myself walking through a meadow. And then it ended because it was when you said, we go to the humming breathing. So I came out of that. And then the only other thing I remember was the hammering of the Om in my heart center. And at that point, everything went blank until the very end of the meditation.
Beautiful.
So
I'm
thank you.
so happy. You just joined the session couple of weeks and months before from your friends. So remember, the seeker alone succeeds in meditation. So if I'm a seeker, that is what we are talking in this journey. Thank you for sharing such a beautiful experience. How are you, Priscilla and Paul?
That was great. I felt like I was floating on a lake. Very calm, very relaxed, very soothing. All the stages worked.
All
it
the
was
stages.
wonderful.
Beautiful. Yes, I know we have been together for so many years. No
Yes.
doubt. No doubt. Seeker alone succeeds, and seeker always succeeds. That is the point. How are you, Paul?
Doing well. It was, I always struggle with the breathing a little bit, the rapid breathing, as you know. But then when we went into the other exercises, the humming, etc., it was less what I would call labored, for a better description, and much more natural, and got into a deeper state.
Deeper state, yeah. Yeah, I know that your mind can easily move without any active steps like breathing and humming.
Yeah.
And your mind can easily navigate. Why? Because Stephen, he has been doing the practice almost for 8 to 9 years regularly.
Long time.
So that happens. Then you don't need that. But it's a group session. You have to bear with us. Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
How are you, Ekta? Priscilla and Paul? Do you see
Yes.
Ekta?
What?
Nah, it's hard to. We're having problems moving through the screen.
Do we see who?
Ekta.
Hi.
I think when I speak might be, yeah.
Yeah, I see you.